You can't hear me? All right, I think we're live. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? No. All right. That's not a good start. Right. Let's
Yeah, I got it. It was me.
got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just take it on my mic for now.
Yeah.
All right, technical issues.
I don't know what happened. I typed exactly the same. I just maybe had to refresh it, but yeah. It was just I was just sitting there
I
waiting.
was basically here and Davis wasn't, and I was half thinking about going live on my own, but no one wants to see that, so I thought I'd wait. I know that we had Matt here desperate for us in the comments.
Sorry, Matt.
2 minutes past 6. We had Purnell's here. He was not happy with the delay. Also, Edders, big up Edders, 3 a.m. in Australia. He messaged me as well, being like, "Come on, you're 7 minutes." I assume you're like breastfeeding your little one or something, Edders, because like 3 a.m. Like, what are you doing? But appreciate it. We appreciate.
If you have set your alarm, always set it for like 10 minutes after the advertised time.
That's true. Yeah, Edders is a relatively new listener, I think. So yeah, you need to get used to us being 5 minutes late, as per usual. Like, that's standard. We've got Paj here as well. Yes, Paj. So yeah, all right. All it does is build that anticipation. So yeah, that's the main thing. How's it going anyway? How are you, Davis? All right.
Top of the world, mate.
I was half hoping there was a Friday game tonight, but no,
yeah. Is there even a midday tomorrow?
Is there? Yes.
Oh, apparently it's just me now. Sorry about this, lads.
I am here. Just more. All sorts of technical issues. All right, no more messing around. Yeah, we may as well get into it. Do you want to share your screen or shall I share?
Yeah, I've got it set up. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, there is a lunchtime game tomorrow.
Tottenham.
Yeah, yes,
which could be interesting because there's potential captain choices there.
Yeah, do you think so against Wolves? I don't know. Wolves are still a bit unknown. I think they're they might be similar to last season. They didn't score many, but they don't necessarily concede that many either. So yeah, I don't know. They're a bit of an unknown still for me. I don't know if I think they might give Spurs a bit of a tougher game than they had at the start of the season. But yeah, I've obviously the big news on my side is I'll play my wild card, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that shortly. All right, yeah. So basically, I'm still sorting out a few little bits here. Yeah, you obviously smashed it last week. That was the name of the pod today. Sort of like we were saying, isn't it? There's some things we can start relying on basically from last season and this season, which is Manu is shit, Davis is quality, Davis is smashing FPL, and it's more of the same really for a lot of.
I was a bit worried about last week because I didn't have Haaland, but yeah, KDB came through for me once again. So happy days.
I'm really just woken up. Is it? I did actually have a little post about half hour. So I'm just finding my bearings still a bit. So 83, mate. Well, yeah, no Haaland, but obviously I think that will. I mean, surely that's got to come back and bite you at some point, but not this week.
Should we have a quick look at how it went down?
Yeah. Let's have a gander. I suppose for you, the big one was the captain choice.
Yeah, captain choice and City keeping a clean sheet. And obviously Cancelo got a assist. So yeah, the City boys did me well. And then Diaz just topped it off on Monday. Other than Jesus. And then the rest were all. But a lot of people got Salah. A lot of people got Robertson or Trent. So I didn't lose anything there. And Sanchez, that was a nice little bonus putting him in for a clean sheet as well. So,
yeah, I think like I was saying, having like KDB essentially as a differential at home to Bournemouth is kind of nuts when you think about it. Like, I mean, the guy's like quality and attacking potential is it's like pretty evident. It has been for a long time. But I guess with Man City, it's the fact that now that Haaland's there, it gives you one less. That's kind of everyone has jumped on Haaland, so that's one Man City pair at the bag, and then a lot of people doing what you're doing, maybe doubling up in the defense or going for one of those 8 mil Man City midfielders like Foden or.
Yeah, I'd rather not get involved with them, but
yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
I think you've got to have, if you can get KDB and Haaland, then that's it. But Walker and Cancelo are like pretty much the same price ish. Yeah,
I think I see this as well I went for Walker to save the money, and it worked out. He's got both the clean sheets, so in that sense it's worked out. But then this week shows why Cancelo is the man. Like the assist and the bonus points, it's just Walker's just never going to provide that. Even when he plays right back, he just doesn't go forwards, does he? Basically, it's like Cancelo basically a winger, and Walker's basically.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of teams do that, like attack down the left, and like the left back is the most involved going forward, and then the right back becomes like an inverted midfielder. Like we do it with Tomiyasu. Chelsea did it a little bit last season with Reece James. Like he comes into midfield and.
Yeah, and they did do that against Spurs. Well, he ended up coming. He got the goal in the second half when they changed it around.
Yeah, because he did start the game as right centre back, didn't he? Of the three.
Yeah, and Loftus-Cheek was right wing. Yeah, was right wing back. Yeah. So I suppose in a way that's good for James because it means that he's more guaranteed to start this season than last season. I think last season he was a bit at risk of being rotated, but I can't see that happening so much.
Nah, it's the other way now, isn't it? With Cucurella being there, it's him or Chilwell. Like Cucurella's a bargain at 5 mil, but it's just I can't see Chilwell just sitting on the bench every week. So, and if they do both play, surely it'll be Cucurella will be the one that's like more centre backish. Do you reckon? Chilwell did Chilwell ever play in a back three?
No. Well, I don't think either of them. I think they'll always like the same as Man City. Always use that left side as the attacking one. I think. And then obviously Sanchez, good solid shot and goal. I think I brought him into my wildcard team now, but
he's still got good fixtures, haven't they?
Next
7,
and they're solid, aren't they, Brighton? To be fair, they're solid.
Yeah, especially at home.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely don't concede many. Again, a bit like Wolves, don't concede many, but don't score that many either necessarily.
Yeah.
The Liverpool getting onto the Liverpool game, obviously, that was a cherry on the cake for you because obviously Diaz scoring that screamer.
Yeah.
Another one that I obviously went for Salah, didn't go for Diaz, and I think I don't know, it's starting to show that maybe saving that money. You've got Diaz, Salah, and De Bruyne, but I think bringing in De Bruyne for me now, and then looking to save the money to have Haaland as well, it's just got to be Diaz over Salah, I think, and
that's what we were saying at the start of the season. We were saying like we weren't sure about Salah now that Mane's gone, and could like Diaz sort of provide, if you haven't got Salah and people out and others have, Diaz is like a counter action in that respect, that if he does score, he can match Salah up or maybe even beat him like he did that week. And you save him 4 mil, like you said, to spend somewhere else. So I mean, it is Salah, he can score a hat-trick at any time.
Yeah, I mean, even in that game, to be fair, it's like he did have some, like a couple of chances. And specifically, because I've risked, it's a bit risky playing a wildcard and taking out Trent and Salah after just that one, after a bit of a poor start for Liverpool. But realistically, Trent could have had 3 or 4 assists and Salah could have been on the end of 1 or 2 of those, I think. Like Trent he didn't really deserve to be on the losing side. I think he got a bonus point, even though they drew 1-1 and he didn't get a goal or an assist, which I don't know if I've ever seen that for a defender before.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of touches and every ball that he plays is forward, isn't it? And most of the time he connects with it. So
he was some of his balls through were class. And when they were down to 10 men, he was almost playing like centre attacking mid or something.
Yeah, at one point right at the end, he was in the box, like inside of Salah.
Yeah. obviously Robertson got brought off. I don't know if it's both games now, but he got brought off for Simicast.
Oh yeah, you said about that. Let me just have a look. He definitely came off. Okay, no, so he played 90 the first week, but yeah, only 62. Whether that's just because
he wasn't playing that well, but I'm a bit surprised after 62 minutes. Like he's for Simicast, it's like to me that is a definite downgrade. But I suppose the 5 sub rule now it makes his spot a bit more, a bit dodgier.
Yeah, a few Liverpool fans have been saying that he hasn't been that great, Robertson, for a while now. But I can't say that I've seen that myself. But I think I'll probably stick with him this week against United, just because they're struggling hard.
I suppose it could. The thing is with the defenders who are being taken off, it could actually go either way. Obviously, you need them to hit the 60-minute mark.
Yeah, that's it. If you're winning, if they've been winning that game, then that would have been ideal, wouldn't it? Although not absolutely ideal because you could stay on and get bonus points, but
yeah,
you're protecting the clean sheet no matter what.
Yeah, if they get taken off and then like if Robertson took off, got a clean sheet, and then they concede, and Trent doesn't get a clean sheet, then you're laughing.
That's massive, yeah.
But on the flip side, I was looking at Sessegnon and wondering whether to put him in my team, and I think he got taken off against Chelsea after 58. So that it's dodging. And if that happens and you miss out on a clean sheet by like 2 minutes,
I guess with the 5 sub rule, it's more likely that there'll be subs at halftime or like shortly after. I think we made quite a few subs not long after 45 minutes last week. So
especially if you're the losing side, you're gonna. The likelihood is you're going to want to try and fresh it up quite quickly in the second half and like change system or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I suppose so. The remaining players in your team, I've got as well. I think so. It was Leon Bailly, being a fucking disaster.
Yeah. Scored all his goals in pre-season.
I know. Like, didn't start. That was what was that lunchtime kickoff? Look at the team sheet, and he didn't start. And it's great.
That's the worst way to start your fantasy weekend. Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. And he came on, didn't really do anything. So, and actually. He didn't because they went to 2 up front, didn't they, with Ings and Watkins? Whereas I think Watkins didn't start the first game, which to me looks like a much better option for them, to be honest. Having both of them, having Ings and Watkins both playing.
Yeah, because they've got quite attacking fullbacks as well, isn't it? So they can get crosses in. Kashowski and Dean.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, they don't. Maybe they won't use the wingers that often. I noticed he's gone down 0.1 now.
Yeah, but that's because he was so highly owned, and obviously, got rid of him now. So yeah, he's got out of my team. Not being a good preseason shout, and it just shows the preseason sometimes, isn't it? It gives you, gives you some insights like he's looking sick, or he scored a couple, but it doesn't actually like always translate to the actual season.
Yeah.
The only obviously, I had James with a goal. That was good. Trippier, another clean sheet, was good. Bruno Guimaraes hasn't really worked out for me. But Jesus, obviously, I guess that's one thing to be quite pleased about because, I don't know many, but there are a few in our league, in the podcast league as well who took him out or don't have him.
Yeah, and who did they take him out for? Darwin.
Darwin, I think. Dom was one of them. Reedy did his wild card, took Jesus out. I think it's a bit, thing is, Darwin was looking like a tempting shout after the Charity Shield and game week 1, and what a fucking disastrous performance from him. Like, he missed. And then
they could be in a bit of trouble this weekend because I think Firmino's injured.
Obviously, I think Firmino's back. I read.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay, they might be right then. But I was wondering who might start up front if he was out because obviously Jota's not back. I guess it would be like, is Minamino still there? No, I think he left, didn't he? And Origi's gone. So I don't know what they would have done there.
So
for fuck's sake.
Sorry. It's because I've got a fucking loose connection. So stupid. All right. So yeah, Nuno's being sent off. He's a fucking idiot. And then obviously going to miss 3 games. Jota, with Jota not fit as well. Maybe they might struggle a bit. It's going to be interesting to see what Liverpool what happens to them over the next few weeks because they can't really afford to drop much further behind if they want to challenge again.
I know it's crazy, isn't it? It's only been 2 weeks, but yeah, being 4 points behind already against like a team that consistently hits like high 90s or over 100 points each season is massive. It's not like they're tough games. Fulham and Palace, you'd be expecting 6 points out of that, really.
Yeah, and I think City with the addition of Haaland, I think they sold a couple of players, but I think they look just as strong, if not stronger, this season. So it's going to be.
They've just brought in a new left back, I see.
Some young guy.
Yeah, which could be interesting. I don't know if that means Cancelo might switch to right back and Walker. Obviously, Walker will stay in this week, but I'd be interested to see how long it is before they introduce this guy, or if he's just back up.
I think they bought him as one for the future sort of thing. I think they tried to get Cucurella or whatever, didn't they? And then they've ended up going down this route. So I think, I can't see him. He's probably more like who's that? Is Alvarez a striker? Not going to get that much game time.
Get
involved in the comments, guys. We got 6 watching, but not many comments coming in. Matt saying Liverpool smashes again. Yeah, wasn't it 5-0 at Old Trafford last season?
Yeah, because quite a lot I had Salah triple captain that week. I didn't. And he got like 80 odd points. So it might be a bit of a cagey one, that one to start with, I think, just because both teams are going to be a bit short on confidence. Although Liverpool, to be fair to them, they did still play quite well with 10 men.
Yeah. To be honest, it was one of those games where they pretty much dominated the whole match, but they got done on the counters. And they just couldn't break Palace down. Like Palace are very well organised, so it doesn't really. It's not like they played particularly badly. But yeah,
I think that could be.
We got Neil as well. Yes, Neil. Why did I put Fofana for fuck's sake? 4.5 mil is a good price. Will he go straight into Chelsea's team? That's a very good question. But the news on that is that Fofana apparently is he said he doesn't want to play tomorrow.
Yeah, but then I saw he tweeted something earlier and then it was deleted in French saying "Don't believe everything you read," basically type comment.
Is it? He is a bit of a drama queen. I think they basically when we were after him at Saint Etienne, this is what he threw all his toys out the pram to get the move to us, and then it looked like he's sort of doing the same again. And at the end of the Arsenal game,
a bit like that.
Yeah, at the end of the Arsenal game, he went over to the fans by himself and So it's all a bit like fucking hell. But I think will he go straight into the Chelsea team? That's a good question. Probably. Well, if they're going to spend 80 mil on him, you would think so. But
him, Thiago, and Koulibaly, that's going to be solid. And James and either Chilwell or Cucurella.
Yeah.
I think he adds that bit of pace that maybe Thiago and Koulibaly might not lack massively, but it'll definitely help out.
Yeah, I suppose they're both. Well, Thiago's well into his 30s. Koulibaly is more of a he's a beast, but maybe not the most rapid. So I think he could go straight into that team, and but it was I'd say that it was mainly a bad pick, Neil, just because it's just our defense, man. We cannot keep a clean sheet for love nor money, and the same I thought Ward was going to be a bargain, but it hasn't worked out like that, really. And obviously, he was massively at fault for one of those Arsenal goals last week, dropping it straight to fucking.
Still good to have as your backup goalie, but you can't rely on him.
Yeah,
you got Saints this week, so I don't know.
I know. Well, this is the thing. I brought in Sanchez now, and I'm looking at starting Sanchez, but it would be typical that I bench Ward and we actually get a clean sheet this week against Saints. So I just don't know if I can face sticking with him for one more week. How much do you think Casemiro will be worth when he joins United? To be honest, I don't think he's a fantasy player. He's just he's like
5, I reckon.
Yeah, probably 5.5, but he's not, as far as I'm aware, he's not really, doesn't really get forward much. He'll just sit back and try and stem some of these goals that they're flooding. They're flooding against them. We haven't even mentioned that as well. The actual 4-0. for against Brentford. Yeah, De Silva scoring again as well. Another one of your shouts.
I know, and that me and we watched the Arsenal at 3:00, the Leicester game, and then we were playing a bit of Tiger, and we were like, "Oh, shall we whack the United game on?" And say, "Oh, no, fuck it, it's United. It'll be boring." And then you just seen flash scores coming through: 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. We're like, "Fuck, we got to put this shit on."
Yeah,
tuned in up just as they scored the fourth, and then the rest of the game was just dry. But obviously I've seen all the goals and everything afterwards. Absolutely shocking. I don't know what they're up. I mean, that first goal, that was De Silva, wasn't it? I don't know how De Gea didn't stop that. It was like a P-roller.
Yeah.
And then the second one, trying to play out from the back. Yeah. Shocking.
That's the thing. It's not just the loss, but the way that they were worse than the fucking goals that Leicester conceded. From a Leicester perspective, I suppose Maddison has got an assist and a goal in the first 2 games. So I think he's the only player who's worth sticking with or putting in.
I had a little look actually on the scout just before we come on tonight, and it said that he's got 34 points in his last 4 games against Southampton. So he averages like 9 points a game against Southampton. So one of them was probably that 9-0.
yeah. Although I think he only scored one of those goals. I think I had him in my team as well that day. But he scored a free kick at the end. Maybe got a couple of assists or something. But I mean, that's not going to happen again the way that we're playing. But and then it was I suppose for me, I went for Haaland captain in the end. Other than Jesus, it wasn't. At least he did get an assist. But you would at home against Bournemouth with a 4-0 win. It's a bit disappointing.
That's what I mean. If you look at it, like, who did you have captain first week? Do you have Salah?
Yeah. I think I basically hit the average score both weeks, so it's not been like a disaster.
No.
But it's just like I'm just like very average.
Well, you had Son the first week, didn't you, in a 4-0 win, and he didn't do anything. So all it took is for Haaland to score one last week and Son the week before, and you're looking a bit better. So
Kane as well last week. My mistake this week, really, in the end, proved to be bringing in Haaland for Kane, because Kane ended up getting a fucking goal standard. So bringing in Haaland for Kane and not maybe taking the -4 to go to bring in KDB for Son. Because Spurs, to be fair, especially Son, he was he wasn't in the game at all. At Stamford Bridge.
I think teams will just wise up to him now and just be like, realize that it is. I mean, they should have realized a long time ago, but it's just the Son and Kane show. If you just get them two out of the game, they haven't really got a lot else going.
No, I suppose Kulusevski's added a bit there, but like I was surprised by how dominant Chelsea were for most of the game, and Spurs. I mean, they did well to get a draw out of it in the end. All right, let's have a little look at the league then. So and then we'll come on to our teams. Obviously, I've done my wild card, so we'll look at that at the end. But looking at the league, so
I mean, Sam Hugh, fair play. He must be like doing pretty well overall.
Yeah, top 20k in the first 2 weeks, so fair play. Martin, it's just those players have been hitting, I suppose. It's Martinelli, Diaz, Cancelo, James.
Yeah,
it's not too dissimilar from your team, is it? Actually,
no, basically 5-6 players did well, 5-6 players didn't. So
at least Leicester got a couple of goals because there's Arsenal defenders all over the shop. So that at least saved me a bit. And Nico Williams he was on his bench on a lot of people's benches with a 7-point haul. Might actually become a bit more of a starting option in the next few weeks. You reckon?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't watch the game, but I think apparently he's getting forward quite a lot as well. Let's have a look then at. So who else did particularly well this week? Paj with an
80 plus, yeah.
It's going to be Salah captain, so he's done well to get 80.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah.
But it's the thing. My wildcard team is bringing in Martinelli and maybe Kulusevski is going to start. If you go for those players that have hit the first couple of weeks and start getting quite similar teams, I think.
I'm wondering what Parrish's going to do this week because he's got Bailey who didn't start, Trippier's got City, and then his bench is a Fulham or not Forest. So maybe he might be taking a few minus or.
Yeah, I suppose not Forest playing Everton, so could be a week to bring Nico in. Like, I think that was part of the reason for my wildcard as well. Is that Newcastle away to is it at home to City, and then they've got another really tough game, Liverpool after that. So I think so I felt like I needed to change that.
Eamon with a big 78.
Yeah, Eamon. Yeah, is he historically much of a fantasy player? Do we know, or is it?
I think this is his second full season.
Okay.
He's got KDB and Haaland.
Yeah, often second seasons are, when you've actually got to grips with the game a bit, is when you do better. But Eriksen's a bit of a mad one. I prefer playing fucking defensive midfield as well. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
And then Havertz. Havertz. I don't know, man. Like,
he's a weird one, isn't he? He's like, even in the space of a single game, he can look shit 1 minute and then all of a sudden do something like amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's. Yeah, I don't know. I think he is good when he gets on the end of crosses, and they've got the players that can put it in there. So, yeah, I know they're on about getting a Aubameyang, though, aren't they?
Him and Sterling were almost playing as like a 2 up front in the first half.
Yeah.
But it's quite an expensive striker who's not very proven in terms of.
No, he didn't do that great last season. 8 goals. I mean, in the minutes, I guess it's not bad, but again, he's probably going to get similar minutes to that, maybe a little bit more.
The captain choice was the big one, though, isn't it? Because Haaland was by far the most selected. I think Salah was the second most selected, so that's where you smashed it really with De Bruyne.
Yeah,
and obviously, if anyone went for Jesus, then fair enough. I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen many go for him. Do you know anyone that has?
No, my mate from work went to a cricket match and he said that the guy next to him was banging on about he had Jesus as a triple captain. And he was loving it. But yes, I mean, in hindsight, against Leicester's defense, it would have been a decent shout. Purnell's in piped up.
Did you know Chantry's in it?
Oh no, I didn't know that. No.
Let's have a little go. He's got some Leeds players in there for sure. Yeah, Aronson and just Aronson.
Aronson, Mitrovic with a -1. Darwin, that's unlucky though, isn't it? Really, he's had 2 strikers, one who's missed a pen and one who's got sent off.
Yeah,
he must have been hating.
I saw Fantasy post something actually about a team. They did their wild card and they only got 16 points, and they had, I think, about 4 of their players had minuses from like sending off or own goals.
Yeah, who else got an own goal? Luca Digne won it, got one.
Dean's Saliba,
true, yeah. Let's have a look at Purnell's team. Purnell's saying horses men. Yeah, horses men. It was done. There you go. He's saying KDB, Haaland, or Jesus captain. I think the captain choice is a bit tough this week, isn't it?
I think I'm going to go for Jesus because Bournemouth, and just with the confidence we've got at the moment, I would expect him to score at least 1 there. City away to Newcastle is a bit of a trickier game. I still expect them to win, but maybe not as convincingly as they have done the last couple of weeks. Could be wrong. They could smash them again, to be fair there. Yeah, I think Arsenal or City, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards KDB, to be fair. Yeah, but it's that recency bias though as well, isn't it? Like he's had a sick week, so it's like, oh, do it again. But I think, I feel like but I guess Newcastle kept 2 clean sheets in their first 2 games.
Yeah.
So whereas Bournemouth look a lot more fragile. So I don't know. Maybe Jesus isn't a bad shout. Well, he's definitely not a bad shout. I mean, maybe that is the way to go.
They did have a hell of a lot of shots against Bournemouth, I think. Let me just check. City.
Yeah, I mean, at home, you'd sort of expect it. I did see a stat that KDB, his like double-digit hauls, like most of them have come at home, but I guess you'd expect that for any player. The doubling up on the Liverpool defence, Perns, I know he's not been liking that, but I know it's something a lot of people have done.
Yeah.
Where would you go with that? Maybe just keep one but
I'd
then
probably
United, if they're going to keep a clean sheet against anyone, you
yeah.
think United they've probably got quite a good chance.
I'd probably keep them for another week. I'd maybe be looking to get Bruno out as my transfer, or Neto. I don't know what the bench is saying. Yeah, I think the Liverpool guys are still good. Like, don't give up on them just yet.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think United, they beat them at 5-0 at Old Trafford last season, and they just lost 4-0 to Brentford. So everyone's pointing towards a dick in there.
Did Liverpool start with Nat Phillips over Joe Gomez?
They did, yeah.
I don't know what that's about, because I rate Gomez. Like, I think he should move because I think he'd be quality as a starter somewhere else. I think he'd get in another top 6 side.
Is Matip injured?
Matip's injured, yeah.
Right.
And Kanate as well.
Right. But yeah, that's a weird one. They went for Nat Phillips.
Yeah.
That is weird.
I'm wondering if Gomez has got something lined up maybe to leave. He would be a good signing for you boys if Fofana went. That would be a good.
Yeah. No, he would, but I don't think we would have a hope of signing him, to be honest, in the state that we're in at the moment. Yeah.
Who else have we got here? This lot is Neil still here?
Let's have a gander. 60. So yeah. You didn't start Fofana at least, but Sar's 15 points.
How did he manage that? Oh, he saved a pen. Didn't know that.
Yeah, Mitrovic's pen, is it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh
yeah, fair play for picking that one.
Him and Henderson. Henderson in it got huge scores in goal.
Did he save a pen as well? Did he?
Yeah. Oh no, maybe he's. Yeah, who was that against? West Ham. Declan Rice.
Rice,
yeah.
If the player misses the penalty, misses the target, does that still count as a penalty save?
I thought not. I didn't see either of the pens. Did they?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think a keeper gets a save if they miss a target. Maybe someone can confirm in the comments. But that's a fucking joke if they do. Dewsbury Hall, still not a bad shot. I think Lingard, so he must have got an assist, did he? Lingard got an assist.
There's still quite a few people with him in their team, so.
Yeah, and Cucurella, to be fair, started and played quite well, so I think
he did.
Not a bad shout, and the money they spent on it, it's just a bit surprising because Chilwell was obviously injured last season, but before getting injured, and the first week of this season, he's looked good, so. It's a bit surprising they felt the need to.
I thought that.
Spend so much money in that position, but maybe Tuchel doesn't really rate Chilwell that highly. I know that Greg would agree with that. Let's have a look at Reedy because he paid his wild card, innit? I think Greg did as well, but
he's gonna be.
Reedy's not here. I don't think.
I had to go a long way down there, 40th.
He obviously he claims it is because he goes to the price rises, isn't it? So he's always trying to get the value of his squad up. But
he took Jesus out for Darwin, and just for 0.1. Like what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Second person in our league who who's had 2 minus strikers, which is you'd be fuming, wouldn't you? You would. Yeah, absolutely far from ideal. And obviously already played his wild card now, so I guess he's going to have to take Darwin out because he's out for 3 games. Yeah. So I wonder what way he's going to go with that.
That's it. I'm starting to think with the wild card now. It is better to wait until there's a big injury or send it something that's going to... Because, there's something like if it's a big player like Darwin, it costs a bit of money, that's probably going to mean that you're going to have to make 2 or 3 transfers to get things how you want them to upset your template. So it probably is worth holding on to for a couple more weeks at least, just to see.
I assume he'll take Darwin's straight swap for Jesus, but then everyone,
he'll be on a -20 this week, I'm sure.
I think he did say that, didn't he? That he was taking big minus points. Matt's saying he's still here, just demoralised. Let's have a look at what.
How far have I got to score for you, Matt? Past Reed? Oh no, you beat Reed. 59 is better than average.
59.
Are you keeping Alvarez? Or is it...
No, Darwin captain.
Yeah.
Brutal. That is brutal.
Alvarez will be gone now as well, will he, Matt?
Yeah, I think Alvarez starting is it's out there, isn't it? It's out there to put Alvarez in your starting lineup. I suppose in the end, Bay didn't start either, so you didn't actually lose out on anything there. But I don't think Alvarez is going to be a starter anytime soon. Foden with a 9 though. Foden, we both had him for quite a big portion of last season. Didn't
we did. Yeah.
Don't know, man. He could still be up there.
Yeah, if he gets, I think he'll improve on his points tally for last season. It's just, I think you can get more nailed on, more minutes elsewhere in the 8 mil. I'd probably rather have like a Maddison who's on all the set pieces, even though obviously Leicester score a lot more.
Yeah,
he scored a lot more.
He's saying Alvarez starting again, so fingers crossed for you, mate. I hope that works out. And who are you bringing in for Nunes? I assume it's going to be Jesus.
He's got Jesus.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. I wonder who's.
Yeah. Who is it then, Matt?
Foden went off at half time, and Cancelo vice. So yeah, Cancelo captain would have been a nice shout. And I didn't realize Foden went off at half time with 9 points. That's
I didn't know. Yeah.
Pep taking the fucking piss.
That's what I'm saying about
Yeah. So I think any of those 8 mil Man City midfield is just so dodgy.
The thing with KDB, isn't it? You just know he's playing 90 every week, and that's like Champions League time, and they need to rest him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably quite a good point to save your wild card for, is when that starts, and you get an idea of who's playing the midweek. Like, are they going to change their whole squad for the group stage games, or are they going to play their best team and then sacrifice a bit in the Prem? That might be a good time to save it for. Tony, good shout.
Yeah, Tony is. Yeah, I think Tony is.
They got really good fixtures.
They do, and they're looking good, man. Fair play, but fair play. And then Son's probably got. Well, I don't know. I think Son, he will get goals. It's just when it's going to happen. And it's,
I think he gets most of his points at home. Again, like that's obvious, but I think he scores quite a lot more at home than away. So
I saw his price drop today as well, and I think that just indicates that everyone's shifting over to KDB.
Yeah, KDB gone up as well.
I'm pretty sure I did say I was when I did the Kane Son thing that I was going to take a -4 and put KDB and Haaland both in, and then for whatever reason I just didn't want to take a -4. But in hindsight, it was really, really stupid.
Is Chris Ball winning the battle of the Bulls? Is he above you? And
mate,
he is.
Oh mate,
where's Greg? I don't know.
Greg's there. Calm down, Benson. Yeah, he paid his wild card as well. Have a very quick look. Bowen scored a nice goal last night in the Conference League. I think he might start being a good differential to have. Obviously West Ham losing to Forest was a bit of a surprise, but I guess
if you got Bowen in early, it could be good because it'll be hard unless you've got 0.5 in the bank. It's going to be hard to switch to him without having to make a couple of transfers. So he could be ahead of the game there.
Let's have a quick look at Edrich's team. I don't know if he's managed to stay awake because it was 3 a.m. when he messaged me.
How well is he doing? He did all right. I
think he's above me. Yeah, 56. So pretty much the average for the week.
Did Perisic get an assist? Did he? Yeah.
Well, did he take the corner?
Yeah, he did. Because I never even realised. I know he's like sick on both feet, but he took the corner of his left. I thought that he was right-footed.
Well, that's a sign. That's a potential sign of if he does start playing and he's on set pieces as well, or he's starts playing some set pieces.
I think he might start this week.
Yeah, I think I originally had Sessegnon in my team, in my wildcard team, but it's just too dodgy. It's too dodgy.
Good game home to Wolves to introduce him.
True. Coutinho was pretty shit. I watched the Villa game.
Yeah, he's highly transferred. I think he's the most transferred out this week for midfielders.
Yeah, not massively surprising.
It is hard if you've got like Haaland and Jesus, finding that like differential as your last midfield option. It's quite tricky. I think Martinelli is obviously the obvious one in the like 6 mil price bracket.
Man saying he's both foot. He took corners with both right and left foot. Did he?
Is it?
I did. I don't know. Maybe he did. I've never.
Well, I've
heard
seen
of
him
anyone.
score screamers on both feet, so yeah, that's what I just didn't. I didn't know.
I've never heard of anyone doing that, but I might just
It's
be.
like I didn't know that. I'm still not even sure on this. Is John Terry? I think he's left-footed, but that penalty he missed in the Champions League final he took with his right. But I'm sure I saw an interview with him saying he's left-footed. He pinged him around with both feet as well. So yeah, who knows?
Surely you're not going to take a pen in the Champions League final with your weak foot. Like, surely not.
If anyone's a knob enough to do it, it'd be him. So
Yeah. All right. Let's have a gander at the head-to-head league.
yeah.
One of a handful on pros, full stats on wrong foot. There are a few. Yeah, there are a few people who they give that to as well. And it's like they're always the most expensive online players with both feet because, yeah, it just gives you a lot more options.
Matt had quite a good win actually over Adders with a 3-point win there.
Oh yeah, quite close. Pernell with got his first win of the season, as did I. Ryan just gifted me a win there. How's Riley ended up with 35? Let's check that quickly because I can't remember exactly what he's done there.
Where is he?
Against Ryan, yeah, he's at the top there. 35 points. It's the worst. It's the worst I've seen this week. He's at 39. He took a -4.
Yeah. His midfield didn't do anything.
You know, no one really. Just James and Raya. Yeah.
He's got problems.
How's like Martinelli's just overtaken. So I suppose he's cheaper as well, but he seems like.
Yeah, and the other good thing with Martinelli is he's taking the corners from the left, and Saka's taking them from. So you've got someone who's 6 mil, he's on corners, he's absolutely at it. I mean, I really do want to get him in, but I've missed. He's already up 6.3, so I've missed out. I'll have to make if I want to get him in, it'll be for wildcard, I think.
Martinelli.
Yeah.
I thought you had him already.
Nah.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you had him from the start. No shit. Yeah. I've put him in now. I managed to get him in at 6.1 at the start of the week.
Yeah, good game.
Yeah, at least I managed to do that. Greg dominating Reedy, so a good result for him. Yeah, Dom unfortunate because Dom had the three Newcastle defenders, which works out.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
Oh yeah, Pope. Yeah,
Pope with 10.
If you looked at his team from there, you'd be like, bloody hell, he's on for a good week. And then
that's a bit of a differential as well. To have 3 Newcastle defenders and all get a clean sheet, but then that Coutinho Bailly combination, and then he took out Jesus for Darwin as well, which.
Well, he's going to be in trouble this week, isn't he, with 2 City and 3 Newcastle, so that could be a wild card on.
I think he might be wild carding. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think he mentioned to me that he might do. Yeah, I think especially getting Coutinho out and Nunes now as well. Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
Average
one.
Yeah, average with a big win, 57. I mean, do you think he'll come mid-table? Just like right in the middle of the table, like an average season. Advani, one to watch out for, I think. He's 70 points, quite strong, and
he's gone all out at the back as well, hasn't he? Well, to be fair, it's an all-rounder. Just Rashford and Bailey letting it down.
Yeah, I think you'd be mad to have any United players, wouldn't you? Like Rashford hasn't. I know, during preseason and he looked alright and stuff, but realistically, he hasn't done anything since the Euros.
Yeah, since the Euros. Yeah.
Pernell saying average going to win it, I reckon. Just picking up little wins every week. How's the standards looking? I mean, it's early doors. Pep's with a big win over Billy there as well.
Kev Martin, he's going to be one to watch, I think, isn't he? He seems to always have solid game weeks.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's got quite a high score because he was doubling up on the Liverpool defense as well.
Look, Frankham's only got 100 points overall, but he's managed to win 2 out of 2. Yeah,
he'll be loving that. He's not normally, but he's one who normally tails off in the second half of the season big time. So
yeah,
we'll have to see if that's the case again. Is Spooner? I don't think Spooner's in this league. He's just in the normal league, not in the head-to-head.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Have we got 22 players in here? Is that
We
right?
have.
Oh shit!
How does that happen?
I thought we only had 20. I thought we only had 20. So
I thought we had 19 plus average.
yeah, that's what I thought.
So I don't know who else has come into this. Oh, I think I invited. Actually, he's not even coming in. I don't think Dave.
Maybe I
Armstrong.
just fucked up. 'Cause I was trying to make it. I mean, we
There's
went
average.
yeah, average. Straight in the middle. Yeah, straight in the middle. So yeah, that just showed like I'm just above. So that's I'm basically hit the average.
Strong start for average.
So I guess that's why. Is that why they put him in? Just because otherwise there would be a buy every week. There would be like someone not having a every week. But I guess that means we're not actually going to end up playing everyone twice because there's 22 teams.
Yeah, that's a bit shit.
So whoever we play the last couple of games, that'll be a one-off. That'll be a one-off fixture. You won't play them again.
Yeah.
But I just thought the max for a head-to-head was 20 teams. I thought you couldn't actually go any bigger than that but clearly that's not the case.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, average will be relegated, and then one more will definitely be relegated.
Yeah.
We'll have to whittle it back down to 20.
Currently, that'll be right.
Yeah, Ryan really need to sort it out. A shocking start. All right, cool. Let's we got about 10-15 minutes left. Let's have a gander at your team for the week, and then I'll get onto my wild card.
Yeah, I only made one transfer so far, and that was De Silva's finally come in for Bailey.
Did you beat his price rise or not?
Yeah. So he's gone up to 4.6, but I think he should hit 4.7 before the start of the game week, if not just after. So got rid of Bailey, who's gone down 0.1, and he's going up potentially 0.2 at least. So, and like I said, they got really good fixtures. I was actually tempted to bring in a Brentford defender because, I mean, look at that, run of twos. All the way through to the end of October, start of November. Really good fixtures.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony could be a good shout. If I was to get him in, I'd have to get rid of probably Salah and boost these.
I suppose like Raya might not be a bad shout.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah,
at 4.5, but I think like who have they got this week? Fulham away and then Everton at home.
A bit of a contrast for me this week because I had everyone playing at home other than one player last week, and now this week I've got everyone playing away other than Kulusevski. But yeah, I'm thinking Jesus captain, KDB vice. Just the one free transfer. Didn't think I need to do too much more than that, really. I did consider at one point wildcarding like you and taking Salah out and boosting up. Like I would have changed De Silva to Martinelli. But then I found that after that, I had quite a bit of money left over and not really anyone that I needed to boost that much. So I just thought it wasn't worth it. Williams first on the bench should be decent. If De Silva doesn't play for some reason, they've got Everton. So that's not too bad.
Yeah. It's a nice position to be in, though, to have a strong start, and then you can just bring in the players who knows price is going to rise, and you don't have to rush to do a wild card or anything. So
I think I've already had Cancelo's gone up, Walker's gone up, De Silva, Kulusevski's gone up 0.2 now, I think. And KDB and Jesus. So I haven't had to make too many transfers so far, so that's been blessed.
It annoyed me for Kulusevski a bit because I brought him in at 8.1, and then I took him out on my wildcard team for a couple of days when I was messing around with it for Maddison, and then in that time he went up another 0.1, so I just literally pissed money away. And I'm still thinking about going for Madders, but the thing is that then we've got Chelsea away, so if I do, it's only really going to be for 1 week. I feel like it's not really worth. Not really worth the hassle of doing that.
I did see a rumor. I don't think it's come to anything because it was a couple of days ago and I hadn't heard anything else. But United supposedly offering Vardy a 1-year contract. I can't see why he would do that.
No, I'd be surprised as well. But I think, he's on loads of money. His wages are really high, and we do have Daka there, sort of waiting to get some more game time. But I really can't see that.
What about Iheanacho, man? Like he did well.
I know. Whenever he plays, he plays well, but
Yeah.
I don't know what Rodgers has got against him. Like, it's harsh. It's harsh, really.
Let's have a
Yeah.
gander at your wild card team then.
All right. All right. Let me get my screen sorted. Yeah. So I'm. There's still a couple of positions that I'm toying with. Oh shit. Yeah. So basically, in goal, I brought in Sanchez. Rather than having Ward and Everson, so now I've got two keepers who are actually going to play.
Yeah.
But that it does leave me with a bit of a choice this week because Brighton got West Ham away and Leicester got Southampton at home. Do I just risk Ward for one more week?
You've made a couple of changes to this since last night, haven't you? You brought Van Dijk in.
Yeah,
and Emerson.
Yeah, because I had Sessegnon and at 4.5, but then he got taken off at 58 minutes, and I think, like you say, I think Perisic has more of a chance of playing now. Maybe bringing in Perisic might not be a bad shout.
Have you got money in the bank?
No, only 0.2.
Yeah,
only 0.2. Actually, Kulusevski, that little mess around cost me 0.1. But Van Dijk, it's like basically if I want a 5-0 defender and I still want a Liverpool defender, it has to be Van Dijk. It can't be Trent or Robertson. And then I figured with Robertson now, with the changes for Tsimikas, it's sort of I think that Van Dijk is a better option, and he can still get you the odd goal from corners or whatever. What I could do is Emerson Royale. I could spank all my money and bring in Zinchenko instead, which is tempting, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, we have got delightful fixtures. It's only the fact that Tierney is back, but I still think Zinchenko, Arteta's going to keep playing the same team until we lose. It's just, will he get the whole 60 minutes to get that clean sheet? I think he will.
He should do.
Yeah,
he should do. And then... Yeah, Martinelli, I brought him in, like I said, at 6.1 at least, so he's up at 6.3 now, so at least I brought him in just before that. Diaz, I'm surprised he hasn't gone up in price, to be fair. He must be.
I think it's because a lot of people took him out before the Liverpool game started.
Right.
So he's probably quite highly transferred in, but also quite highly transferred out.
Yeah.
But he's probably sitting at a position where if he does do well against United, he'll go up at least 0.1, maybe 0.2 in a week.
Yeah, and same with KDB. With Son dropping in price, loads of people must have. Oh, he has gone up 0.1, so I'm going to beat a price rise there as well. Luckily I did most of this early in the week, and then Jesus, he hasn't gone up, but he has gone up to 8.1 now, 79.5%. That's fucking mental, isn't it?
That's more than he was on the first week, wasn't it? The season.
Yeah.
So a lot of people took him out and then put him back in again straight away.
It's just like. Basically, if it's only if you captain him that you're either going to be up or down on other players with him.
Yeah,
it's just like he's in 4 out of 5 teams, so it's whether the captain choice for him is massive because that's your only way that you're gonna beat other people or get less than other people. Looking at it now, I'm literally thinking to myself, was it worth doing the wild card? Because I could have just... But I sort of had to because it's Salah and Son both coming out for Diaz and De Bruyne, and then the 2 Newcastle players both coming out.
You would have been a bit fucked.
I would have been a bit fucked. So I feel like I had to do it. And, I think this is a very solid team now. It will be a team that's going to, it's not really got any differentials in it. But I think for the next few weeks, probably better just to follow the crowd a bit and hope that these players keep banging.
Yeah.
Sanchez away. Yeah, Sanchez award is a tough decision. Then I think the starting lineup's pretty much nailed on. And the captain choice, it is tempting to go for Haaland again. Because Haaland might be one of them, like against West Ham, where away from home suits him a bit better. He has a bit more space. It's not so he's got a bit more space to run into and that.
Yeah.
Haaland, De Bruyne, or Jesus is a difficult choice for captain, I think.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, what do you reckon? I reckon it's pretty solid. Pretty solid.
No, yeah, solid. I can't really see any issues there.
Got City's three main players.
That's the big thing, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, you got Arsenal's three most valuable, I would say, like in fantasy terms: Jesus, Martinelli, and Zinchenko. They're the two form teams, so yeah, I can't really see anything wrong with that.
The whole team is just like it's just top five basically.
Yeah, and the good thing about Kulusevski and Diaz is it doesn't matter so much that you haven't got Son or Salah. They're still good players and will still do. I think like points per million wise, they'll do better than Salah and Son. It just gives you less captain choices, I guess. I mean, it's like, would you ever captain Diaz or Kulusevski? Probably not. But then
no,
you're probably going to captain Haaland or KDB each week, really, aren't you? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's got Haaland, KDB. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's the risk. The big risk of this wild card and going this way is just not having Salah. But I think his ownership is going to be less this season than it was last season. Also because he was like the same price as Mane.
Mm.
You know, Mane wasn't much cheaper than him, so it was an easier decision. But like I said, with Diaz being so much cheaper than him, it's just like
I think Liverpool as well have been pretty lucky with injuries the last couple of years. Like it's not often you didn't see Salah, Mane, and Jota or Firmino like start. And now all of a sudden you've got like striker issues. Thiago's out for quite a bit. They got problems at the back, so overall they're weakened, which probably weakens him overall as well.
Yeah. But yeah, United. It's a perfect game for them to get to kickstart their season. I just realised that's the Monday night fixture, so that'll be tasty.
Yeah.
One to look forward to on Monday.
The games are pretty dry. Well, actually, I don't know. Actually, yeah, the lunchtime kickoff and the 5:30, and you get to watch Leicester at 3, so that's not bad actually.
Yeah, not bad for me tomorrow. I might just have a chill one. watch.
Are you not playing footy this year?
I am, but we haven't. Our season hasn't started yet,
Okay.
And I've missed our first 2 friendlies, so I'm not in a great state of fitness. I'm not that prepared, but yeah, I think our season starts on the 3rd of September or so.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly, a couple of weeks. And then the Sunday, Newcastle City is a big one, isn't it? That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But there's going to be it's going to be quite staggered. The Spurs start and as the first game is there's going to be a lot of fantasy interest from throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we'll leave it there. Yeah, we started a little bit late, nearly got on the full hour. I need to beat you this week, man, because I need to keep our head-to-head in check.
Yeah,
well.
But you were what, 6 or 7 points behind me last year, weren't you? At one point.
6 or 7 wins. Yeah, exactly. But I'd rather I did fight back to a draw, but I'd rather not be in that position again.
Yeah,
and I think just generally I need to start climbing up the table a bit, heading in the right direction, upwards. You want to get into the top mill early doors, I think, psychologically.
Yeah, I can understand. I think overall, let me just have a look.
I'm at 3.1 mil. It's not where I want to be.
I'm 117,000. I thought I might be a bit higher than that. But
there are 9.2 million players this year. I don't know. I swear.
Yeah, that's more.
Obviously, they probably do get some more players every year, but also just players creating about 20 different teams or something. Because that puts me in the top third of people, but I don't feel like I'm in the. It doesn't feel like it feels like I'm about average basically.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe next week we could make a team just specifically for that game week, and just ask people in the comments who we think we should put in, just to try and be number one of the game week that week. So you have to come up with an obscure triple captain choice, and
that's not a bad shout. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Just create a new account every week and try.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, people definitely do that 100%.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they definitely do, especially for the Friday night games. Like I say, put like 6 players in just for the Friday night game to just be top for like one night. It would be nice. It would be nice to see if we created a team that had the Foxes and Fantasy Podcast League, and just try and go for it every time there's a Friday night game, just so we can get our name out there.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if there's a Friday night next week.
We can do it. It's a good chat. We'll do it as a joint exercise, so everyone can help us pick the team, and see if we can. You got to captain someone random as well, innit? Like if you pick 6 players, and then you've also got to captain someone who no one, not many people would have thought of.
Unfortunately, there's not a Friday night now until the 16th of September, and there's 2 games on that night, which is a bit weird.
Is it? Well,
there's also a midweek. There's a midweek game week coming up as well.
Yeah, I think there must be a few because of once the Champions League starts, they're having to pack in so much before the World Cup.
Because I'm just looking at it now. There doesn't seem to be. There's not an international break until after game week 8.
Right. Oh yeah. Normally, fucking hell. Normally there'd be one like after this week or after next week. So that's good because I hate that at the start of the season.
The worst.
It is the worst. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only international break up to a World Cup. So.
All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right then. All right. We'll leave it there.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck, Davis. Not quite so good luck. Calm it down a bit. We'll catch you next week. Hopefully, when I'm a bit closer. All right, nice one.
Done.